Oh boy. Where do I even begin? The grand climax of everything leading up to this moment, both in Blue Archive and in this very video. A passion project made from the bottom of my heart. A piece of work I put my heart and soul into. I cried, I laughed, I pulled my hair out, but here we are. It's midnight at the time of writing this. I have a Bang energy in hand. It's cotton candy flavored. I can only hope I can express just how much my favorite game means to not only me, but to many others. So, the only place to begin is with the beginning, of course. I only ever touched briefly on the disappearance of the General Student Council president, but it's actually kind of a big deal. Gone without a trace, she left the General Student Council in chaos for strange and unknown reasons. She was always a bit eccentric and carefree, though, I guess. Or at least from what we've been told. But we've been doing our best to put out fires wherever we can, and when we can't, the General Student Council at least tries. Not that they can do much without the president. Ren's trying her best. The finale starts as most of these stories have. Just another day in Kivoto's. Days go by normally, with only some realizing that something is off. In the early mornings in the General Student Council building, 6 masses of incredibly high energy have been spotted throughout Kivoto's. They're fucking everywhere, and a state of emergency is quickly declared with an order to gather every student council representative throughout the many schools. But this already puts a strain on the supposed abuse of power the GSC is already under criticism for, more specifically Rin, the acting head. To which the chief of finances, Aoi, is not very happy about. Closing SRT and approving Shale are one thing, but now random acts of emergency because of some prophecy? Aoi acts more or less as the opposing opposition to Rin. The figurehead of all of the criticisms her and the rest of the GSC has been getting while we've been dicking around shooting ghosts and robots with students. But for now, all she does is state that Rin has been going too far and leaves. Kaya, overhearing everything, even offers the advice to invite us. Yay! And that the emergency meeting should use some extra security. The message is sent out and all the students, and basically everyone, is on the same page. They never would have bothered to come if it wasn't for us going. Everyone's already chalked it up to being a disaster waiting to happen, and frankly, a waste of time. Ryo's invitation goes unread. Arona is very excited for the meeting though, and hey, we even get an armed escort from the Valkyrie School. You know, the police. The police that Kaya is in charge of. Kaya, the person planning to coup the General Student Council and is working with the Kaiser Corporation. You know, the Kaiser Corporation. The megacorp that's been buying up Abetos and has its own personal PMC? Picking us up in a helicopter that they can afford? The infamously poorly budgeted police school can afford a helicopter? Just for us? Alright, yeah, I'm done with this bit. We just got kidnapped by Kaiser private military. Not only that, but Kai's master plan to coup the General Student Council has actually been destroyed by the very same Kaiser PMC she's been working with. Quickly and immediately betrayed by the General, who are going to take it over for themselves. Fucking somehow, Arona bends space-time to make it so PMC Kaiser bullets don't hit us from point blank. She is super Arona after all, and determined to make sure nothing bad happens to us. Good AI daughter. But something is coming. And everyone can feel it. Even Arona inside the iPad. Arona may be able to stop bullets, but not a gun butt, so we are knocked the fuck out. Meanwhile, Shiroko is running late to joining the rest of the foreclosure task force and leaving for the GSC emergency meeting. A lot is going on, so sorry if this is kind of sporadic, but thanks to her being late, Shiroko is able to notice that Kaiser PMC troops are rallying in the desert strangely. She even says fuck it and follows them. She's always been a little aloof and weird, but that's okay. That's why we love her. Shiroko goes missing. Without us, the meeting was a complete failure. Everyone really only came because Sensei was said to be there. And since we're captured by Kaiser, and we've just kind of been tossed in a cold, dark cell, well, there was no way for us to show up. Everyone quickly left without anything getting done. Worst of all, Aoi uses the failure of the meeting and our disappearance as the perfect opportunity to pass a vote of no confidence in Rin. With no leadership and in the confusion, Kaiser was able to storm in with armed guards and take over the GSC building and declare martial law, shutting down all the roads and transportation in and out of the central city. Our imprisonment isn't long, only about 6 hours, before Kana, of all people, the grumpy police commissioner, is able to break us out of jail and give us a rundown of everything. With the few remaining good cops left in Valkyrie, they're able to fight their way out with us in tow. Kana is beat up and badly injured and tries to have a touching final moment where she can make a last stand for us to all escape. Except we have a magic iPad with an AI daughter who's very happy to see us again, and we tell her no last stands allowed. Everyone gets a happy ending here, dummy. Surrounded on all sides, escape seems futile. PMC soldiers are everywhere. Arona tries to desperately call for aid. And who else answers but the Rabbit Squad, breaking in through the windows, throwing smoke bombs in there? With Miyu covering us, we're able to make a dramatic escape. Fucking so much for hating us, I guess. A lot of the beginning of Volume F is really Rabbids 1.5. Not that I'm complaining, it's very entertaining. Getting back to police corruption and spec op shit. Lots of tying up the loose ends from the previous chapter. We're able to run away to the Rabbit's base of operation, the part they camp out at. The situation is not looking good. Kaiser has not only declared martial law, but has also shut down all the communications. And the General Student Council and Rin are currently locked up under the PMCs. There's really only one option. Thus begins Operation Recapture Shale. It's time to liberate our home. This might be actually my favorite battle in Blue Archive. Typical Blue Archive fights are 4 students versus either a wave of generic enemies or a big raid boss. Operation Recapture Shale is a massive urban warfare battle with several barricades and police reinforcements and an armored car, the Rabbit's helicopter, battle out against the Kaiser PMC's tanks and Omen armed forces and air cavalry in order to retake the place we've been calling home this entire journey so far. It's something Blue Archive does best, one of its many things. Pure spectacle fun. It's not exactly hard, but, fucking who gives a shit? It's hype as shit. Gurmachia is kinda lost. For being the big bad evil in the Shadows group that they are, they kind of funded Kaiser a little too much, and now Kaiser's just kind of doing whatever they fucking want. They shoot Beatrice with the gun made to kill Beatrice because she's been too much of a bitch. They all kind of feel blown the fuck out. They know good and well what is about to happen. The Chroma and the Nameless Priest forces way out of their league are coming, and they can't really do anything about it. Especially not when a mysterious wolf girl arrives and single-handedly ruins any plan or relevance Gematria will have. Quickly, a theme begins to reveal itself, and one of many. Volume F is using every game mechanic Blue Archive has in order to create a satisfying climax, pushing battles to its limits, and even using the hexagonal tactics menu, going as so far as having its own in-chapter story events with even more unique mechanics. Volume F is honestly truly a spectacle, and I haven't even begun. We're able to storm the building and rescue Rin and the rest of the General Student Council, even able to subdue the General. But while all this was fun and all, it was nothing more but a distraction from greater forces. With the communications finally back up, we have many missed calls and messages. Everyone is panicking. the calamity, the very thing Rio sacrificed everything to prevent. The thing that haunted Seiya's nightmares, and most of all, Shiroko's disappearance. It's all coming to a head. Whatever genre or narrative you, we, or I had in mind has been subverted, with the very sky turning red. And Blue Archive, while already being a very touching and meaningful game about many things, becomes something more. Up until now, Blue Archive's message has been clear. It always has been. Love your friends, enjoy life, forgive others, the power of friendship, redemption is always possible, nostalgic youthful days. Cliches are fun, fun things are just that, fun. Always do the right thing no matter what. Meaningful lessons we've, frankly, always known in the deepest parts of ourselves. While all these colorful ideals are nice and all, they make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Easy to say and claim to hold to. But what is an ideal's worth if it cannot be challenged? To be confronted with the cruel realities of the world. What's all this worth? Life is cruel after all. So what does any of this even mean? It's just the posturing of children. Blue Archive goes above and beyond simply stating these things to be true. It asks you, the player, Sensei. It asks me, myself, and I, to look front and center at the unjust realities of living, square in the face, and say that despite everything, that I believe in a happy ending. That things will work out. It asks that when given the age-old trolley problem, to sacrifice the lives of the few for the many, it asks that your response should simply be ask for help to save everyone. The world is falling apart. That much is clear and obvious. Those massive sources of energy all around Kivodos were pretty damn important. So Sensei, with Arona's help, contacts everyone in order to band together and unite against the massive raid bosses terrorizing the city. The whole city unites. Trinity, Abedos, Rabbits, Millennium, Aris, Gehenna, Hyakio, Red Winter, the Problem Solvers, even the local gangs, and Wakamo, one of the 7 prisoners, all band together and set out in sets of teams under our Sensei's leadership in order to combat the Chroma. Everything is in pure and utter chaos as the Chroma threatens to destroy the entire world. Blue Archive can be dark and sad, depressing even. It can touch on heavy topics. I mean, fuck. Look at what happened in Trinity, chapters 3 and 4 of this series. But Blue Archive is most of all fun. Unlike most things that come out that start out as cutesy and fun, but actually have a dark and sinister twist, where most other stories will shift in tones from lighter to darker subjects over the course of the story, Blue Archive refuses, simply. Blue Archive isn't dark or edgy, but fun and fucking stupid. It embraces its cliches and tropes to the highest fault in a story with child abuse, suicide, death, war, faith, redemption, in a terrible and evil eldritch god from beyond the stars that comes to devour the world in nihilism. Its great champion is a fucking giant duck, in that the goddamn Super Sentai Power Rangers band together to form a Megazord to go beat its fucking ass. Because despite everything, Blue Archive is fun. It is goofy. It loves every cliche it uses. Blue Archive is first and foremost a game for weebs by weebs, for nerds who love dumb Japanese shit, by weebs and nerds who love dumb Japanese shit. It is a Korean game that wholeheartedly embraces every cliche and trope in the book because they love them, because you love them, because I fucking love them, Because the power of friendship, no matter how overused, cliche, unrealistic, or stupid it may seem, means more to humans than we could ever express. It was one of the many universal themes and messages Blue Archive wants to express, to remind us even. Blue Archive's grand finale isn't some horrible, grim expose on the meaning of life and humanity, but a fucking spectacle and a celebration of itself, its characters, its world, of all things that have inspired Blue Archive. And because of that, we did it. The sky turns blue once again. The chroma is defeated. The chaos is set aside. Everyone we know and love united and joined together to defeat it. Truth, love, justice, friendship, all won out in the end. That rain is really fucking loud. What the fuck? I'm trying to record! I'm trying to record, Rain. Can you stop? What the fuck? This is ridiculous. Look at this. Except, we get a visit from a fully grown wolf girl who we've been getting visions and glimpses of, who single-handedly destroyed Gematria. And able to get a good look at her. Shiroko? Our ideals haven't even begun to be tested. Shiroko reveals that this is all her doing. That her role from the very moment she was put onto this earth was to end it. From the moment she breathed her first breath was the moment life itself was doomed to die. We are all doomed to die. After all, actually, since the very moment we breathe life, our time begins to run down. Friendship, love, hope, humanity, faith, all of that is meaningless. Simply something to pass the time. Everything previous was a spectacle. Fireworks, shallow and hollow. Once we are reminded of the one ultimate truth in life, we are doomed to die. I am sorry to inform you that everything I said earlier is and was a lie. The iron mask of Faranpatis stares us dead in the face in order to remind us that no matter how beautiful, no matter how tender, how sweet, how exquisite, a lie shall remain a lie. Death always waits for us at the end. All that spectacle, fun, and excitement is thrown out in an instant, made meaningless as the same blood-red sky takes over the blue once again, and those same 6 massive energy signs reappear all over the city, and chaos resumes. All our effort made for naught. Such a cliche way to end things, isn't it? Wah, life has no meaning. Wah, nihilism is cool. Wah. Fuck that. There are people who believe in us. There's a massive black hole in the sky. So you know what? Let's fly a giant spaceship into it. Inside, we are able to find our Shiroko, as well as the other Shiroko, and another Arona. The truth becomes obvious. We're staring into a mirror. Fanartist is us, the sensei. He has his own card, his own Shitum chest, own Shiroko, own Arona. We all stare at the future in front of us, where our choices may lead us to. Fanartist is just here to help Shiroko end the world, like she's supposed to, in a dark reflection of how we've been helping students achieve their goals. Despite everything, despite staring our future in the face, with perhaps the knowledge that this is inevitable, in the back of our minds, stubbornly we refuse their nihilism as best we can. The two Shirokos get into a desperate and very ugly mirror match, while the rest of the students rush around to find a way to defeat the black hole or the arc and save us all from its explosion. Sensei, Shiroko, and Arona are locked into an impossible battle of both skills and ideals. But that's not the way to win. The only way we can defeat the trio is with everyone's help. Because simply, the other trio is vastly stronger than us. But they're alone. Just a trio, while we brought everyone we can along with us. And because we trust them, we're able to overcome our darker selves. The entire time, though, Fanartist, the other sensei, the other us, remains silent. Because the fight isn't over just yet. Both Arona's and Shiroko's fight to protect the other sensei. Both senseis pull out their cards. May the stronger card win, I suppose. But we've never been one for fighting, though, have we? When given the opportunity, we simply ask the other Shiroko what happened. How did this happen, and what went so wrong? With the arrival of Hoshino, Nonami, Saraka, and Ayane, it's too much for the other grown Shiroko. She blames herself for everything. Her own world falling apart, destroying itself, making Sensei some prophet to guide an ancient god. Hoshino died, Saraka disappeared, Ayane's life support was removed, Nonami left Abedos, and her sensei had no hope of being revived. The world she's from is a horrible one. A very much so real one. The school's debt would never be solved, and horrible things happened to everyone. And all our friends, left alone in the foreclosure room, there was no hope for the other Shiroko, blaming herself for everything. And things, frankly, just kept getting worse. No other option left for her. Shiroko went out to the desert to die. The suffering too much. It was simply not worth living anymore. But unknown, strange priests refused to let Shiroko, their god of death, die, but to turn her suffering made manifest and let it wreak havoc on the world. In the flashback, we're given control over Fanartist, or Sensei, because, well, we're one and the same. The reason he could never speak was that there are dozens of steel plates barely holding us together. Shiroko destroys everything, even our very own iPad, the Shitum chest. But this isn't her. No one wanted this, and powers outside of everyone's control transforms Shiroko and Sensei into something unrecognizable. Everything's falling apart, and everyone's only barely able to make it out. Thanks to some tech stuff, we're able to teleport the students off the Ark one by one as Farinpatis begins amassing some sort of power from the collapsing arc in one desperate last attack. They're not done yet. Farinpatis is just as stubborn as us, huh? Farinpati stands in front of his Shiroko to protect her from our bullets, acting as a desperate meat shield. Despite everything, he's still sensei. Protecting his students, after all. Just like how, despite everything, you're still you. And I'm still me. It's time to get everyone off this thing. We have 13 evacuation teleporters, and 12 students, so that's enough for all of them and ourselves. Farinpatis continues to stand in the way between us and Shiroko. We're able to get every student to escape one by one until there's only one escape sequence left. Farinpatis wants to tell us something now that we're alone on the ark. It's not your fault, Shiroko. Your life matters. Don't regret living. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be happy. Thinking that the only way to end your suffering is through death is terrible. You aren't born to suffer, and you shouldn't. No child should ever feel that way. If your world is filled with more pain than happiness, if you're wishing your life was over just to end the despair, if you're wandering the world feeling like you don't belong, that's not your fault. It's the fault of the world you live in and the people responsible for it. No one person should carry the entire weight of the world on their shoulders, especially not a child. No matter how many terrible, horrible things you've done, no matter how many unforgivable offenses you've committed, it should never be that way. It's not your responsibility. The duty should fall to the adults in your life. I'll be the one to take responsibility. Shiroko was never some stupid god of death and destruction. She's just some kid who likes making masks to rob banks. Some girl who likes to ride her bike. Just a child suffering. And that's why Sensei became Farinpatis, to protect his student. You know, he was standing in front of his Shiroko, protecting her from us shooting at her. Despite everything, he's the same guy who protects his students no matter what. Despite everything, he's still Sensei. Just like how, despite everything, you're still you and I'm still me. There are things, terrible things that will try to beat you down. Events and stuff outside of your control, but despite that, what has happened to you, you're still here. What did Farinpatis have to say to us again? Oh, right. Please take care of my students. And don't worry. I will. We use our last escape sequence for the 13th student, making Shiroko gets off the ark safely because we do what's right. For no other reason, because it's the right thing to do. here is where Blue Archive pulls its ultimate card, its final trick. Blue Archive is a story for adults. A mature story in every sense of the word. It's not full of sex, blood, violence, and swears like many other things for adults. But instead, it's about a lot of things. It's a story about responsibility, looking out for those who cannot look out for themselves, helping others, making sure the next generation is taken care of. It's about loving your friends, loving everyone, really, enjoying life. It's about fun cliches and tropes, the power of friendship, and asking for help. Blue Archive is a nostalgic look back at simpler times. School nostalgic, the romantic idea of youth, how it should be. We are all currently cursed to live in interesting times, I'm afraid. The world is dark and scary, unfortunately. And Blue Archive came at a time, Blue Archive came out in this time. It is a story. It's a story I'm afraid you won't understand until you're at least in your mid-20s to even late 20s. It's something that speaks to the heart. A truth you and I, we always have known. We've always known it's been true. We just needed to be given a little reminder. I carry the torch my other self passed down to me. Thanks for the card, other me. I'll put it to good use. And don't worry, I'll take care of Kuroko and Plana. Always. And you. Yes, you. Get the fuck out there. Get out there. Turn the video off. Tell your parents you love them. Call your friends. Say, hey, let's hang out. Tell your sibling they're a little shit and you love them anyway. Give your partner a hug and a kiss. Scoop them up in your arms and cherish the fact you're on this earth at the very same time as the people who you most care about. Life is precious. A wonderful gift given to us by whatever you believe in. Life is also hard. I know that to be very well. Through depression, homelessness, abuse, both emotional and physical, addictions, poverty, and suicidal intentions. But despite everything, I'm still here. I'm here because of the people I care about, and the people that care about me. A silly little gacha game helped remind me of that. Because of that, life's gotten a lot easier. Kata, I know you're mad at me, and for good reasons. We got into a little fight, but I still want to be your friend regardless. Armored in pink, I look forward every year to seeing you guys at Otakon. It wouldn't be the same without you. See you guys in August. Dova, keep on making music. I'll never forget our many D&D adventures, dude. Jekko, I cannot say thank you enough for introducing me and making me play what is now my favorite game of all time. My favorite thing after beating out Katawa Shoujo, after sitting at the top for more than 8 years. Maybe we can meet up at some point. To my little brother, you're a little shit and I love you. I wish the best for you, even if you do like corn and smell like ferret sometimes. To everyone in Booga Buddies whose names I'd rather not dox, you know who you are. I know I'm not great at expressing myself, and I'm kind of dumb and annoying, and I have weird emotional hang-ups about shit. But you're all my best friends, and I love you all. I want to be here if not for you. And to you watching this right now, thank you. I hope you liked my video. Give it a like and a subscribe. Go play Blue Archive. The final score? 10 out of 10. And instead of saying goodbye, let's say, see you tomorrow.